again, everybody. I'm back again. One day I will figure out what the heck my intro is gonna be. Until then, I was thinking about me not working on my cosplays, because I should be working on cosplays right now, and I have not finished the cosplays that I started working on last year for last Phoenix Comic Con and did not finish because I procrastinated on them too long, and now I'm still procrastinating on them. And I feel like this is an issue that a lot of cosplayers have, because I see it not only among my cosplay friends, I'll see them like on Snapchat or whatever, like it's like 4 AM before the con and I'm still sewing, or just with cosplayers I follow online where they're like, I just got this done in the nick of time. I don't know if it's just that cosplay attracts a certain type of person, and those people all happen to be the personality type of procrastinator, whatever that is, or if it's just that for making a lot of cosplays there's so much labor involved, unless you buy your cosplays, in which case, nice for you because you don't have to worry about any of this. I've considered buying my cosplays many a times, and I'm like, it's so much cheaper to sew, and then I'm sitting there crying at the sewing machine like, why didn't I just spend the money on the cosplay, on buying it, getting it commissioned? Every single year, this is an issue. It's several months before con, like right now, it's several months before con, and I'm thinking, I still have time. I don't have to worry about it. I have 2 cosplays I still need to finish for con, and there's still quite a bit of work left to do for them, and they're both bigger cosplays. 2 years ago, I made a bunny suit, which I had never made before, and I waited until the week of the con to figure out how to sew a bunny suit. Maybe 2 weeks before the con. It was like 2 weeks to make myself look better. 2 weeks before the con, I was figuring out how to make a bunny suit. I was trying to find patterns online. I was making my own pattern. This was also for Harley Quinn, so it was like, instead of just having one solid piece of fabric, I had to do like the black, red, or however that would go. So it was like extra difficulty, and it was the night before the con, and I was still working on it. Actually, that one was really bad because I worked on it in the hotel room on the day that I wanted to wear it of con. This was the Saturday of con. I had already been at con for 2 days. I had 2 days in the evenings when I was in my hotel room to sew, and I did not sew. I just hung out with my friends, which I could have done while sewing still, but I didn't. Last year, the cosplays that I'm supposed to be working on for this con, Zelda and Hilda from A Link Between Worlds, I actually gave up on because it was 4 AM, and I decided I would rather sleep than have these cosplays done, which isn't always a decision I make. Sometimes I decide I'd rather have the cosplays done than sleep, and then I just survive the next day off of energy drinks. I know that the cosplays that I make with that much of a time crunch are not going to be the quality they would be if I made them several months in advance. For example, my Zelda and Hilda cosplays, I had sewn the skirts for them 4 or 5 months before the con last year. It gave me time to figure out how to sew the skirt because I'd never sewn like a ball gown style skirt before. It gave me time to press all my seams. It gave me time to serge everything. It gave me time to seam rip if I needed to seam rip and restart over. And I actually got those done several months before the con, and then I did nothing. I had the fabric for everything. I was gonna sew everything else, and I just didn't until like 2 or 3 weeks before the con. And the problem was I actually ran into a lot of issues with this cosplay, because every time I procrastinate, I run into a lot of issues with the cosplays. I mean, I would have ran into these issues whether or not I procrastinated. It's just that being on a time crunch and running into issues just eats into the time that you have to be sewing or crafting. For example, I wanted to dye this fabric purple because I couldn't find the right shade of purple or pink for the fabric I wanted, and I didn't realize I bought the wrong type of fabric dye, so it didn't turn out. So then I had to go back to the store and buy a new type of fabric dye that would work, or I was gonna embroider everything. I don't know how to embroider. I need to teach myself how to embroider to do this, and I know embroidery takes forever, especially with how much I have to embroider. Or I have to make appliques or something, but I did not have time to do any of that because it was 2 AM before the con. I had just barely gotten on the designs for their tunics. So instead, I decided to do fabric marker, which bled everywhere. And I don't even think this is to scale either, so just like overall not good. And I messed up because I was trying, you probably won't be able to see this on camera, but I was trying to like wipe away the mistakes I made, which just caused it to be really smudged. And then, this happens all the time too. When I'm seam ripping when I'm in a hurry, I inadvertently rip the fabric because I'm in a hurry. So that is of course what I did here. Or I have to experiment with techniques on how I want something to look. So one sleeve on my Zelda tunic was the experimentation sleeve, and it turned out really ugly. And not at all how I would have done it had I had time. Actually, had I had time, I would have bought blue thread instead of using white thread, but I did not have time to do that. And this happens, I mean, and I was making like armor for the first time, and I always do, everything I procrastinate on always seems to be first time stuff, because like when I did my Lara Croft, I didn't procrastinate on any of that. I had that done a month before the con, because it was all really easy, and I just got it done in like a few days. So I think every cosplay is gonna be like that, even the ones where I don't know the techniques, or I need to like teach myself how to do whatever it is I'm doing. But I have this expectation in my mind that all cosplays take like 2 or 3 days to make, which is totally not the case, even when I'm working around non-stop. Basically, the point of all this is that cosplayers are a procrastinating bunch. So on that note, if you are a super organized, procrastination-free cosplayer and you manage to get all your stuff done in a timely manner, leave me a comment below telling me your secrets. If you're not, then we can just cry together about our sleep deprivation and stress of not getting things done on time. I'm gonna do the YouTuber outro again. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. And I don't have an outro figured out yet, so bye, I guess, is gonna be my outro until I figure that out.